So today is July 8th, and I'm going to do my June reading wrap up. We're a little bit late, but that's okay. I read 8 books in June. 5 of those were physical, 1 was on a Kindle, and 2 were audio. And then I DNF'd 2 books. And I think we're just going to go in the order in which I read them this month. I started out the month with 7 Days in June. I rated this 3.5 stars, and I would say maybe. Then I read The Staircase in the Woods. I read this for my book club. I had the physical copy of this book. I rated it 3 stars, and no, I would not recommend it unless you were super into creepypasta as a kid. Then this can be super nostalgic for you. I listened to The Missing Half. I rated this 3.5 stars. I would say maybe. I liked it. It kept me engaged the whole time, but there are definitely better thrillers out there with a similar premise. Then I read Flawless. This was my first cowboy romance. I gave it 4 stars. Yes, I would recommend it. Then I listened to Tilt. I gave this 3 stars. Maybe. I felt like not too much was happening in this book, but it did keep me engaged. I read Not in Love on my Kindle. I gave this 3.5 stars. I would say maybe, leaning towards a no. I read this because for my book club we're reading Problematic Summer Romance. So I wanted to read this first, but I would say maybe leaning towards no. It was a little too spicy for me. Then I read Annie Bot. I gave this 2.5 stars. No, I would not recommend it. Then I read Our Infinite Fates. I gave this one 3 stars. I would say maybe for me, leaning towards a no. I was not a big fan of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but if you liked it, you would probably like this too. And the 2 books that I did DNF last month, so the first one was Blackwood's Blue Sky. It was weird. It was very, very weird. And then the other book that I DNF'd was The Last Mrs. Parrish. I originally bought this because I thought that one of my book friends read this and loved it. And then I texted her that I got it, and she was like, oh, let me know how it is. And I did not like it. I just thought it was very similar to some other thrillers, and I just didn't care about what was happening in the story. It's my June reading wrap up.